France is known for having some of the best food in the world, and yes, it's true. French cuisine lives up to the hype, and it certainly deserves the praise that it gets. But that doesn't mean that every single type of French food is going to be delicious or that you personally will love it. Not at all. You know, I consider myself more or less to be an adventurous eater when it comes to food. I'll pretty much try anything once, but sometimes when you try a food, you know the minute it hits your taste buds that it's something that, quite frankly, you are never going to touch ever again. And that's what I'm talking about in this video. I want to get into some French foods that I've tried that I think are, well, disgusting. So let's get into it. Bonjour tout le monde. First, if you're new here, welcome, bienvenue. I'm Diane, and here on We in France, we talk about everyday French life and beyond. Now, part of French life, it's learning about and enjoying delicious French delicacies, and I've definitely done my fair share of that, including finding out what French foods I just can't stand. Now, does that mean they're going to be disgusting for everyone or that they're bad foods? No, of course not. They're just foods that I personally don't care for, so please take what I'm saying here with a grain of salt. This video is all in good fun. So with that, we're going to jump right into number one, foie gras, or en français, foie gras. While I said I'll try anything once, I'll never willingly eat foie gras ever again. I don't like the idea of it. Definitely don't like the texture of it. Yeah, just no. And for those unaware of what foie gras is, it's fattened duck or goose liver. Force-feeding animals, it's not something that sits well with me at all. I don't find foie gras to be appetizing in the least. I tried it once, didn't like the texture. That was enough for me. You will see it most commonly eaten by the French around the holidays at Christmas time. It's definitely a Christmas meal must-have and a bit of a cultural delicacy. It can actually get quite pricey. Now, luckily, in recent years, vegetarian and vegan options have been popping up. They actually call it faux gras instead of foie, liver. They call it faux, fake gras. So you'll have to let me know if you tried any of those, and let me know below which brands are good. I might have to give it a try this holiday season. Number two, oysters. Now, I'm a seafood lover. I love fish, but for some reason, I just can't get my head around the whole oyster trend. They're not my thing. And you know, they're served on a tray, usually with lemon slices. You have to open them with a special tool, you know, they're in their shell. They're really, really popular over the holidays, again, in France, and I always opt out. I'm just not a fan of mollusks in general. And personal story, several years ago when my whole family was here in France on Christmas Eve, everyone but me got violently ill the next day. Now, is that a coincidence? I don't know, but I just have a bad association that when I think of oysters, I think of my entire family getting sick, and I want to stay away from them even more. But I hear they're delicious. People do love them. I tried them a really long time ago. And here, if you come to France, go to Cancale in Brittany. You get them fresh out of the bay. I love doing that and watching my family devour them from afar. You can't get fresher than that. And yeah, the experience is one of a kind, watching them get harvested from the bay and buying them direct from the producer in Cancale, in person, in Brittany. And that's an easy trip from Saint-Malo. I highly, highly recommend Brittany, one of my favorite regions of France. Go to Dinan, go to Dinard, and all those towns in and around Saint-Malo. And since we're talking about food, let me flip the conversation for a sec and talk about foods I do like by way of today's sponsor, My Panier. Panier is the French word for basket, like a shopping basket, and they're an online specialty and gourmet food market. My Panier is managed by a French owner, and they have thousands of amazing French foods, as well as a selection from around the world available from their warehouses in both France and the US. And My Panier's mission is to make authentic and hard to find foods available nationwide. So whether you're a French person living in the US and you just want a taste of home, or you're a Francophile and you just want a little bit of France because you haven't been there lately and you just want your French fix, My Panier has you covered. They have everything from your normal grocery store products like cookies and sweets to snacks and personal care items to even butter and cheese, artisanal items, and even seasonal items you should really check out. Now, I've told you about some of my favorites in my grocery store tours here on the channel, including Curly's, a French puffed peanut snack. They're excellent. You can also get some really good chocolate from Comptoir de Cacao. And I told you about my love of violet flavored sweets and ice cream. So definitely check out a soda, a very special one from Bleu d'Occitanie. It's a violet flavored artisanal soda, and there's so much more to discover. So I hope you'll make My Panier your one-stop shop for all your French grocery products, when you just can't make it to France in person. And to sweeten the deal, I have a coupon code for you. You will get $15 off your first order of $49 or more. Use that code in all caps, We in France, like the name of the channel, at checkout, and stock up on your favorite French products today and support a small business run by a French owner at the same time. Just to wrap up, ordering from my panier, it's going to give you a basket full of emotions through food, just like you do here in France, because you'll take yourself to France virtually and all the deliciousness that comes with that, the taste, the feelings, and all of that when you have some of the amazing products that they have. So again, get more info via my link below in the description, and back to the video. Okay, number 3, boudin noir, which is blood sausage. Right? Not. No. This dark brown purplish sausage, it's stuffed with delicious pig's blood, sometimes sheep's blood or lamb, along with sausage filling, and has a very potent smell and taste. And it's either served dried or cooked. Either way, I'm out. I tried it once. I don't think I'll ever have it again, not willingly at least. And maybe you'll surprise yourself and love it. Try it. Let me know what you think if you've had it. I try not to eat foods that look like dog poop, but you know, being in France and all. Sorry, I had to make the joke. But this might top my list of weird French foods. Just boudin noir is not my thing. I'm getting kind of nauseated thinking about it. So let me move on to something more nauseating. Number 4, tripe or tripe in English. And this is a mix of animals' stomach lining, usually cattle, pigs, sheep, and it's commonly made into soup. Now, my father-in-law, he loves these more interesting meats like cow cheek and tongue and liver and tripe, all of which you can find pretty regularly at normal French grocery stores. It's not as popular as the chicken or the beef, but it's there. And none of it is appealing to me. Now, I think a lot of this is more popular with older generations, not as common today, but anyway, just knowing what it is, it keeps me far, far away from willingly eating tripe. You know, again, I tried it once, but I have a funny story. When my husband Tom was 5 or 6 years old, his dad would make tripe every month, you know, for a family meal, and they'd serve fries with it. And Tom loved fries. They weren't super common back then. They didn't have them often as a family. And so he'd look forward to that weekend meal, the tripe, because he was really just hoping to have the fries, right? But he ate the tripe too. Since it was on his plate, he didn't think much of it until one day he realized what tripe was, and his love for his tripe and fries kind of faded from that point on. But for the record, all tripe and related products, they're a no-no for me, despite being rich in vitamins and minerals, and that includes its cousin, the andouillette sausage, which I believe is pig intestine wrapped in its colon. I really don't like the way that sounds. I don't like the way it smells. Again, I tasted it once, not for me. All right, number 5, you're gonna see a pattern here. La tête de veau. And yeah, this is literally what it translates to, a calf's head. You'll see this in German, Belgian, and Swiss cuisine, I believe, as well. And it's usually served poached or roasted, and then served as thick slices on the plate. Now, it's quite a delicacy. It's a time-intensive meal to make, and it's usually served with vegetables that is cooked with, like potatoes and carrots. This is another one that makes me a little queasy. I'll just stop there with the description. But organ meats in France are relatively popular. I said you'll see them at the grocery store, maybe less so on restaurant menus unless it's really traditional. So you'll see cow tongue and intestines, and all of that organ meat, offal in English, is called les abats, and none of it's appetizing to me. All right, number 6, Nutella. Now, this is actually Italian, not French, but Nutella is eaten in France with breakfast or for the goûter, the after-school snack, around 4 or 5 p.m., usually eaten by school children, sometimes adults too, and that's usually a sweet snack. Now, you cannot miss the huge tubs of Nutella at the grocery store, and they're big for a reason. The French are actually said to consume about 26% of the world's Nutella production. The French love this stuff, you know, spread it on bread, baguette, just go nuts with it. Some people, you know, they eat it right out of the jar with a spoon. Just don't offer any of it to me. I personally, I know it's not as disgusting in the same way that like organ meat is, but it's just not a flavor I care for. In French, you have that hazelnut flavor, you have noisette, praliné, you'll find that in praline chocolate, and I steer clear of that praline noisette flavored stuff, whether it's cookies, desserts, or Nutella in the raw. So yeah, my husband loves it, so if we do buy it, we opt for a palm oil free brand, like this one from Gavotte. They also have amazing cookies, and you could get some for yourself, again from my sponsor, my Panier. Yeah, I'll leave it there about the Nutella. I know it's kind of like a cult favorite, you know, very polarizing, either love it or hate it, and sorry Nutella, I am in the hate category. But one French food I highly recommend that you try is escargot, yes, snails. They're served in this delicious butter sauce, le beurre d'escargot, which is a buttery, garlicky, parsley, shallot-y sauce, and it's amazing. You know, you could dip your bread in there. The sauce is the best part of the snail meal. It's really the star of the show, and the actual snails are kind of an afterthought. Put them in the sauce, it's all good. And the same goes for frog's legs. Those are les cuisses de grenouille, and the sauce, again, it's very similar. Might even be the same in some preparations. It's really good. So basically what this boils down to, if you're gonna have a dinner party and you wanna win me over, definitely let me know that we're starting off with oysters, foie gras, and then make sure we have blood sausage and tripe for the main course, and let's follow it up with a Nutella mousse dessert. We'll be friends for life. It'll be great. Obviously, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Enjoy your meal though, alone. In all seriousness, let me know down below what French foods you really don't care for at all, whether they're weird to you or you just don't like the taste or whatever, and which ones you can get behind, and if you identify with any of the ones I gave you here in this video. And lastly, thank you so much to my Panier for sponsoring this video. I'll see you next time, right back here on We in France. Salut!